Hello, my name is Kavita Melwani, and I'm a Master Certified Success and Business Coach with 2 decades of experience as an entrepreneur and almost a decade as a coach. I want to personally welcome you to the Soulful Entrepreneurs Club podcast, where my vision is to empower as many spiritually led businesses to run purposeful and profitable businesses aligned with their true selves. I want you to confidently and opulently shine your light without the overwhelm, the stress, or the burnout. Together, we will explore challenges that soulful entrepreneurs face and real implementable solutions so you can step into your unique purpose and shine. It is possible to bridge the success you already have with the truest, soulful, mystical parts of yourself. Are you ready to rise up as the leader you were born to be? Then join me, my soulful friends. The time is now for you to rise up and shine your light. The world needs you. So we're coming to the end of the year, and for a lot of people, this is their last full week of work, right? And so if you have your own business, depending on what you focus on, this also might be the last week that you are fully present in your business. But I do know that a lot of my clients and colleagues have pulled back on their marketing. As I talked about earlier in an earlier episode, using this time to kind of plan for next year, to rest, to rejuvenate, to assess the things that you want to continue doing, the things that you want to stop doing. That's a really good thing to do right now. Some people wait till January and then they start to get started with, all the tasks that have to do with running a business, and then they actually never spend the time to step away from things and assess. And so taking some time off and taking time away from your business, even going outside where you normally work, can open up your perspective. And so on the flip side of this, on the other side of this, there are a lot of people experiencing stress during this time of year. Maybe they're stressed because you are spending time with family, or because you're not spending time with family. Maybe you have stress because there are more social events that you are attending. And especially if you're introverted and empathic like me, sometimes those events can be draining. And yet I do want to go. So whenever I have a choice, I consciously choose whether an event is something that I want to attend. And so as I've been able to attend events and learn how to manage how I show up and what I do after, I'm able to attend more of these events and not have it totally throw me off, although I do get tired. So whatever the reason is that you're feeling some overwhelm, that it is often feels like another thing that you have to do to step back and look at your business. So if that's the case, then I would consciously choose the tasks that really need to be done right now. How many things that are you doing in your business that you just do because you've always done, right? It's like kind of like you just repeat. You're just repeating these tasks. And so spend time like writing down everything that you're doing on a regular basis in your business. Even look at your calendar. I hope you're using a calendar to track your time and what you're focusing on. And choose the things that are essential right now and let go of the things that are not. Instead of putting it on your list and moving it to each and every day and then beating yourself up because you didn't actually get it done. So first, that's the first thing that I would do. Then I would look at the social events that you had and make choices of what you're going to be participating in. And even add in, if you don't already, add in your personal life things that you have to do to live and, take care of your house, take care of your body, take care of your spirit. Putting those things and making sure you're setting aside time for those things as well. And so when you're choosing what to let go of, letting go of non-essential activities. And then once you've done this, when you've looked at your time, let go of the things that you don't really need to do, choosing what you're going to focus on, making sure you're putting in time for taking care of yourself basically as a human being, then pick some time that you can look back and reflect. And reflecting on your business and reflecting on your personal life as well, because it's all connected, right? We try to separate these things, but they're connected. Taking the time to look at the things that brought you the most joy and being grateful about those things. Look at the things that, even though they were difficult, and how you grew from those challenges. And maybe there's some challenges you're not sure how you grew yet, but you can still write those down. So writing down all the challenges that you faced and that some of them have overcome and what you learned from those challenges. Even writing down then things that you are ready to let go of and feeling the pain, emotion, whatever that is there. And then with that, you can choose what to bring in for the year ahead, right? What is it that you want? A lot of people will pick a phrase or a word of the year and choose that to be the energy. And then you can set specific things that you would like. What would you like to achieve next year? What would you like to create in your life? If you're not sure what you want to create, then you're creating from your default. You're creating from your subconscious mind. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you to do this so you're consciously creating. And so instead of just setting a New Year's resolution, by doing this process of looking back at the year, showing gratitude for the things that were good, showing gratitude for even the challenges, taking the lessons, you can move forward a better person, a better version of yourself. Right? And so when you do that, then you can set goals from there. And then, of course, I'm always going to encourage you to not just set goals, but break them down and break them down into steps that you can achieve, and start to schedule those steps. And when you do that, then you can have all the structure in place to achieve your goals. And it also, by acknowledging all the things that you're grateful for, by accepting those challenges, that will impact how you show up energetically. And even the first part of this, where you are letting go of things that are not really vital for you to focus on, will help you show up energetically different. So these activities are going to happen. This time of year is going to happen. How are you going to show up? Are you going to be fully present? Are you going to show up how you would like to show up consciously? Or are you just going to repeat the same patterns from the years in the past, the patterns that don't serve you? It's your choice. The way that you're going to do that is to be conscious. And so, I do this myself, right? Anything that I talk about on this podcast or I recommend to my clients, I do myself. And I did do this in a group in an aligned planning day. But before I created that event, I went through the process myself. And last week's episode, I shared that I had invested in some things that I kind of regret, right? And I realized that I wasn't following my intuition. And if I had listened to my true intuitive voice, I probably wouldn't have made those steps. And I learned something valuable from everything that I did this year. Everything. And just writing it all down and looking at all the things, there's a sense of accomplishment, sense of, oh, I did these things that were out of my comfort zone. I took these steps. I learned these things. And next year, this is what I want to create. And I know that sometimes right now, I know that I'm in a point of making some decisions for next year of what I want to focus my energy on. What are some things that I want to let go of? And it can be difficult when you're emotionally attached to some things, right? So it has taken a little bit of me giving myself space to make those decisions because of all the energy of everything that's happening around, because of still running my business, because of also having family, because I will be traveling, because of all those things. I haven't made all the decisions yet for next year, but I'm okay with that for now. I'm okay with giving myself the space, giving myself the time, and making those decisions by January, right? Just so giving myself some time. I'm set aside time in my calendar to step away and examine things and look at what's important and create the plan for me. And that's an alignment of where I am right now. And it may not be the same as next year. And I know it won't, right? I know it won't. I'm going to change some things. And I love doing that when it's in alignment. But I want to do that consciously, and I want to do that out of trust and out of fulfilling my purpose and not out of fear. So when I'm making those decisions, I have to feel that alignment. I have to make sure I've put myself in that place. I've let go of the past. So I'm going to encourage you to do that same thing. Look at what you're ready to let go of. Send gratitude for the things that were great this year. Send gratitude for the challenges as well. I'll tell you, this has been a very challenging year for me, and it's been a very challenging year for a lot of people that I speak to. And I remember thinking that in 2020, right? I remember thinking in 2020 that, okay, the 2020 is over. And I remember that when, it was over, we bid goodbye to 2020 and we bought like a piñata and put 2020 on it. And we all beat it up because we were ready for that year to be over. Little did I know that stuff would still come out and stuff would still change and stuff would still happen. And that was like the catalyst for a lot of things. So instead of waiting for it to be over, I want to be here and enjoy the ride. And for next year, my goal, like I said, is to follow my intuition when I make decisions, to trust myself instead of looking outward for the answers. And so my word of 2024 is alignment. So I'd love to hear what yours is. If you would love to share, if you don't mind sharing with me, just send me a message and tell me, what is your word of the year? What are you going to do next year differently? What's that primary energy? So whatever it is, I hold high energy for that to occur for you. In the meantime, take good care. Bye.